What is leadership for you then?
It's a very broad question, but I think it is giving people a leg up. It is giving them opportunities. It's giving people the opportunity to try new things, and it is also working with the team, working with people to take risks and to try those new things. So it's about enabling people and helping them determine their careers. I mean, as leaders, we can help to guide our people, but it's also giving them or showing them that their their paths, towards success, or their career paths are theirs to determine. So it's all about enabling. It's all about telling them that it's okay to try, to take risks, and it's okay to fail. And of course, we celebrate the successes together. We also celebrate the failures together. But it's all about experimenting, and that's something that we thrive on, at least in my current role with my team. And when we look back at and smiled very, very fondly at many of the successes, those successes are based on experimentation, on trying new things that other people haven't tried before, or that teams haven't tried before. And also, I think it's not just one thing. Different, and leadership means different things to different people. But for me, at least, a big thing is about opportunities and experimentation, and giving people a leg up.
What would you say would be the top 3 problems that they normally face? I believe you made mention at least 2 already.
I mentioned those 3. So micromanaging, and then the fear, and then imposter syndrome. Those I would say are the top 3. For me as well, having gone through that journey as well. So again, coming back to training and having sat through many training courses myself, in terms of leadership growth, right? So when we join large corporates, they have courses for leaders who are growing team. One is managing self, and then managing teams, and then managing larger teams. So I talked about these training courses, and a lot of the times that the training courses are built on strategy, built on teamwork and whatnot. But I think a lot of it aren't touching on these softer issues. And I think, to address these kinds of issues, right? These training courses for up and coming managers could focus on these concerns. I can't say that there are no courses addressing these issues. There are, but I will say that there isn't enough, and there isn't enough focus or depth, in these courses, and these sorts of programs could be better highlighted. But then again, the other challenge is whether companies will actually take up these kinds of courses for their managers, because they might feel that these kinds of trainings or these kinds of learnings come on the job and from leadership practice, right? So compassion, trust, micromanaging, fear, and this lack of confidence, imposter syndrome. I think all of these things are so prevalent, but are they adequately addressed in the corporate setting? No matter how large or how small the corporate, I don't know.
What do you believe are the important leadership capabilities or skills you must have in the next normal to continuously lead effectively, right?
Yeah. So other than the earlier points that I'd mentioned on recognizing wellness, mental wellness, and compassion and all, I also think one must recognize one's team. And understanding the individual's skills, their interests, give them room to maneuver and grow, and give them room to experiment and take charge. And at the same time, one must also recognize that different people are afflicted by different issues and concerns. So it's not just about the pandemic, but always, right? And they must be willing to address them openly. Again, I mentioned that earlier on about communication, without feeling like it's the job of HR to take care of these sorts of things.
True.
And this is actually something that a colleague of mine told me once. When another colleague in another country came to me with these issues that he or she was feeling, and another colleague said, "Isn't this the job of HR to take care of these sorts of things?" And I felt that was quite an eye opener for me. When you as are when you are recognized as a leader by someone else, and you are recognized as a compassionate leader, and someone else says this is not your job. It's not your job to help the other person in his or her wellness. So there are, that mindset is very real. And so I feel that these kinds of capabilities and skills, they may, I mean, of course, many people have them, but if other people say that this is not the way to go, this is not your job, then I think it's a huge fallacy, and it's a huge problem if it exists in organizations.